Well, the Bears made moves last night, and the Minnesota Vikings said, whatever you do, we can do better. This is coming from Ian Rappaport. Says the Vikings and Texans have agreed to terms on a major deal in advance of the draft, per me and Tom Pelissero, landing Minnesota another one, as in another first-round pick. Minnesota gets pick number 23, and the Texans, 232. Houston gets 42, 88, and a 2025 second rounder. So now the Houston Texans have given up the second of the Deshaun Watson picks to the Minnesota Vikings. And now the Minnesota Vikings currently have pick 11 and 23. I find it funny that the Detroit Lions have had multiple picks in the first round for 2 years in a row. The Bears have had them for 2 years in a row. And now the Minnesota Vikings said, wait a minute. Wait, maybe Kwesi feels some type of way with the Jameson Williams trade. He's like, wait a minute, I want to get into this too. Maybe everybody's hunting the Detroit Lions. Maybe everyone is so enamored with the moves that we made in free agency and scared of us in the draft that they are now trying to stockpile capital. And I'll tell you what else. The Chicago Bears, we talked about them last night. They have the #1 pick, and there's rumors and kind of rumblings that they may not take Caleb Williams or a quarterback, period, with that #1 pick, because the trade market for Justin Fields is not as big as they thought it was. And now trading for Keenan Allen, you still got DJ Moore. If you do this right, if Ryan Pace does this right, the Bears can get a haul for that first overall pick. So we will see. But this is now going to add an extra first-round pick to the Minnesota Vikings. They currently sit at 11 and 23. Now, here's the thing that I wanted to kind of point out. So the Detroit Lions in year one with the Matthew Stafford capital, right? Well, year two, actually, because year one was we took Ife Melifonwu, right? So year one, we have our own pick, which is 2. Then we have the Rams pick, which is 32. We use that pick to trade up and get Jameson Williams. Then we also get Josh Pascal out of the deal. The second year, our pick was 18, and their pick, the Rams pick, was 6. We use that to trade back, get Jahmyr Gibbs. We take Jack Campbell with our pick at 18, and then we wind up getting Brian Branch and Sam Laporta in the second round. So now I find it ironic that the year that we're picking 29 is now when the Bears might actually trade back and get more capital, when the Minnesota Vikings, who denied the Daniil Hunter denied the request, and then got the pick where he wanted to go. And I think that was the ultimate point of why the Minnesota Vikings did not trade him, because they knew they weren't going to go anywhere after Kirk went down, and they wanted to allow him to go where he wanted to go. Whereas if he was traded, he still would be a free agent this year, but maybe the Detroit Lions were trying to make a kind of a something where they could extend him before he ever reached free agency. So I find this very ironic. So the Detroit Lions have to wait until pick 29. And now the Minnesota Vikings have pick 11 and 23. The Chicago Bears could also have a boatload of picks before and after us, and we have to wait to 29. So this is going to be an interesting draft for sure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Lions are now the hunted. 1 year on top of the NFC North, and now everybody is trying to headhunt us. I guess that is the only way to be. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Why do you think these moves are being made by the NFC North teams? I mean, even the Green Bay Packers are kind of pulling much quieter moves, but they're pulling some moves as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you, even if we don't agree all the time. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.